It is 3:17 in the morning. The world outside is dead, and the world inside these walls has become a tomb of static and shadows. Silence is never truly empty. It is a heavy, suffocating weight that presses against the soul. The blue light of the smartphone screen is a jagged blade against the night. There is a file here, a recording that shouldn't exist, captured in the hollow hours while the mind was adrift in the deep, unconscious currents of sleep. The thumb hovers over the play button, a threshold between ignorance and a terrifying new reality. When the video begins, the familiar sight of the bedroom appears, bathed in the gray, grainy filter of a low-light lens. There you are, roll_01, resting in a piece that is about to be shattered. The footage is steady at first, a silent sentinel watching the rhythmic rise and fall of a chest that suspects no intrusion from the dark. But the angle changes. This is not the work of a tripod or a stationary lens left by accident. There is a subtle shift, a tactile adjustment of a grip, suggesting the presence of a conscious observer standing at the bedside. The camera begins to move with a slow, predatory crawl. It is the movement of a hunter closing in on its prey. Every inch closer feels like a violation of the sanctuary that a bedroom is supposed to provide. Shadows dance on the walls behind the bed, twisting into shapes that defy the logic of the furniture. The man in the recording remains oblivious, trapped in a dream, while a nightmare unfolds just inches from his resting head. Then, a shape manifests from the gloom. It is a void in the shape of a man, roll_02, a silhouette darker than the darkest corner of the room. It enters the frame with a stillness that is more terrifying than motion. It sits. The mattress in the video yields under a weight that shouldn't be there. Roll_02 remains perfectly motionless, staring down at the sleeping man with an intent that feels cold, ancient, and utterly malevolent. The screen erupts into a violent static. The connection to that moment is severed, leaving only the sound of a low-frequency hum that vibrates in the marrow of the bones. The recording ends, but the presence does not. Reality returns with the force of a physical blow. The phone is lowered, its light fading, but the terror remains rooted in the chest. The air in the room feels different now, colder, thinner, and occupied by something else. The eyes drift to the space beside the pillow. The place where, moments ago on the screen, a shadow sat and watched. The darkness there is thick, a curtain that hides a truth the mind is desperate to deny. Then, you see it. The fabric of the mattress begins to sink. Not because of a shift in your own weight, but as if an invisible body is settling in, claiming its place in the reality of your waking world. The indentation holds, firm and undeniable. The realization settles in like a frost. The recording wasn't just a memory of the past. It was a warning for the present. You are never as alone as you think. In the heart of the night, when the clock strikes 3:17, remember that some things do not sleep. They wait, they watch, and sometimes they record. You are not alone, you never were.